Welcome to Anything for the Podcast, where anything and everything goes.
Anything and everything goes, dude.
I'm Willie.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Memo. Hi.
Hi.
So, yeah, guys, welcome.
It took like a shitload of video, and they're just
Seriously.
traveling all over the internet. And it's really not the video that's as funny as what people are saying, because people aren't really caring about what she's doing, but what's happening on in the background.
Yeah.
Like the 25% banana sales or the avocado prices. This is the video.
Hold up, your Chrome eats at your... I have nothing else open besides... Yeah. I want a new laptop. This is a Chromecast.
But this lady's whole
Chrome
thing
stuff.
is like... Oh, there it is.
Day one. This is opening day of Trader Joe's.
Opening day. First day of Trader Joe's.
This is Karen.
She's just missing the Karen haircut. Wow.
Ah, well, that's the short version.
But that
She goes on to say, like, oh, my doctor... I went to a doctor. He says I have a breathing issue. That's why I'm not allowed to wear a mask. And
Well,
then
wait.
this is illegal.
Hold on. In the time of COVID, she has a breathing problem.
Okay, all right.
So she doesn't need a mask.
We don't... She could have had... She could have had a breathe... Oh, yeah.
So look,
that's what I was
okay,
gonna
guys.
say.
So that's the
That's
thing.
the-
It was like last week people started talking about it. So business owners started receiving these cards from people who would come into their shops, and it was like a supposed government agency saying like that this person had a breathing issue and they legally were not allowed to wear a mask or be forced to wear a mask.
I heard a dude say that he was claustrophobic, and the restaurant was like, all right, that's fine, whatever.
He was scared of Santa Claus.
Exactly.
I'm actually gonna look for that card.
Oh, the fake APA card.
The fake.
Showing out in Trader Joe's.
Is this
I feel
the whole
this
video?
I believe so.
Trader Joe's in North Hollywood.
It's probably just another camera angle. Democratic.
Look at that
pigs,
fit.
all of you.
Blue on blue, all day. The way she's yelling, it doesn't sound like she has a breathing problem.
Yeah, she got lungs of steel.
Bitch, like,
She kind of looks like a
You're-
teacher that
you're
got
totally
caught up
right.
in something.
if you have a breathing issue, definitely don't get COVID. Definitely don't get that, because that
Yeah, like
it's gonna get fucked.
you.
Why
I'm sure-
are you gonna go to the risk of even going out into a grand opening store with a bunch of people not wearing a mask?
Oh, I had to get groceries. Oh, so you went to the brand
There's
new store, not
Instacart.
the-
There's all this other shit available for you.
Come
And everyone knows that Karen has a friend named Chrysanthemum or some shit that they can go and pick up these groceries for them. Like I'm sure they have I have a wide network of friends that are willing to help me. But no, she just had to go in there with no mask and just demand that everyone just deal with it. Like no, dude, that's not how you do it.
Mm-mm.
And out
Especially
of
you
all places, like NoHo, like when I woke up this morning, dude, I rolled over, I grabbed my phone, I went on Twitter, and the first thing I saw on the trending page was North Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, who died?
Who died?
So I opened
Who
it.
got shot up today? Who got stabbed? No, it was Karen.
I open it, and the first thing I see is little Duval just mass posting the video, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is going
Lil
on?
Duval will do that.
I
Yeah,
love that.
absolutely.
I was watching the History of Hyenas podcast. Shout out to them. They interviewed Miss Pat, the comedian.
Oh,
and
Miss
she's like,
Pat.
"Did you know that the new N word for white women is Karen?" I was like, "Dude, she's right."
Yeah, dude, it absolutely is.
I feel like you know, and I was talking to you about this the other day.
Yeah.
These videos are really like I feel like they're becoming a tool for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there are some psycho motherfuckers out there that deserve this shit. Like that, you know, they're just this racist, bigot, dumb, ignorant motherfucker.
Yeah.
But then I've seen some of these Karen videos that haven't really made it like mainstream, like trending type status, where it really just looks like some dude was upset with the way this woman was acting and like started harassing her and like kind of provoking
get the
her.
Karen out of
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Like, and it's a really one-way street on this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like they're
Yeah,
they're Karen summoners, dude.
Yeah, and it's trying to like provoke and trying to get that viral clip.
Oh,
like,
it's like,
hey, I bet you're racist. I bet I can say. I bet I can get you to say some racist shit right now.
I'm not trying to like defend Karens or anything, but
No, absolutely.
What I'm just saying is
that's so easy today. So easy to get that today.
Like, come on, dude. Like, if someone like if you cut somebody off, and somebody like gets out of the car, starts talking shit to you.
When you see red, like.
Yeah, you see red.
Racism, but PC goes out the fucking...
How are you going to act when someone pulls out a phone? You don't have no idea who this person is, and they start recording...
Oh, fuck you. You think you're going to fucking get... Fuck you, you fucking... Yeah, I said
and
it.
And they start recording your license plate. They start yelling your license plate out. You're just trying to get home. You're just trying to go see your family. Like, I saw this one video, actually, the same exact thing happened. Girl cut off the guy.
Yeah.
And the lady's, like, trying to plead with him, like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Like, and she's recording him, and he's recording her, and she's like, "You're gonna ruin my life."
Yeah.
Like, you're like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing this?" And he started taking pictures of her license plate, and she started breaking down. It's like stuff like that. I'm just like, all right, man. Like,
no, yeah, and I feel like it's important to realize, or it's important to acknowledge it when you see it. Like, oh, I see what they're trying to do. Fuck that, dude. You're ruining the cause. You're
But everyone wants to hop on some shit.
Yeah, it's like the people trying to take away. I'll say Abraham Lincoln statues. Like just recently on the news, like people were like, take down Abraham Lincoln statues. Yeah. But I feel like you're kind of ruining it for the cause. Like okay, and then the news will pick it up and it's like, oh, people want Abraham Lincoln to be taken down. I'm like, do people want it, or do 3 people who have a Twitter account?
Who got like 10 retweets.
And the only reason why the first and second and every other retweet is because we all know this is fucking stupid. Like this is a bit too far.
Yeah.
This is a step in the wrong direction. But as soon as they do, that's when the other side, oh fuck, this is why we can't listen to them, because these 3 people went a little bit too far. Oh fuck that side. Oh shit. That's exactly. I feel
everyone with a Twitter account has an opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
and
I think my favorite meme that one of my favorite memes that came up from all this was the final monument statue, statue takedown final boss, and it's Mount Rushmore. But it's funny because for my job recently, I have to research the America's monuments, and the most I didn't know anything about Mount Rushmore except South Dakota, the Black Hills.
I don't ever think I ever learned anything about Mount Rushmore.
Well, no, they just tell you it's there, to commemorate the 4, in their opinion,
the founding
fathers.
No, not founding fathers.
Oh my God.
Because Theodore Roosevelt's
no, Abraham Lincoln's also in there.
Abraham Lincoln's not a founding. The only founding fathers on there are
George Washington.
It's George Washington, Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin's not up there.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's Jefferson.
Pull this up. I want to see this monument.
Yeah, Ben Franklin's not up there. Is from what I remember, it's
Mount Rushmore crew.
Yeah. It's Theodore Roosevelt, George Washington, Jefferson, and Abraham Lincoln.
All right, here we go. Yeah, Jefferson, Roosevelt, Lincoln, Washington.
So it's not because they were founding fathers, but because the guy who wanted to make the statue, the guy who commissioned the statue, he wanted to celebrate 4 of the greatest presidents of the time.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah, for the greatest presidents he thought at the time, were there. But it's hilarious because the guy who he contracted to sculpt Mount Rushmore, the story is he was one of the top, I think one of the 7 knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
Ooh.
And he was
coincidence.
But like people denounced that he was part of it, but then some people came out because he would get letters from like the Grand Wizards and the dragons and all that shit.
And the dragons, wizards and dragons.
I gotta be honest though, I like it. I like the whole how it's faces and rocks. Where else can you see that?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's pretty good detail.
It's not.
I don't know politics aside, but
it's weird. But yeah, because then there's also
like looking at he
put Lincoln up there. Lincoln was put up there.
Dude, he was commissioned to do this.
No, you know what happened? He died before it was finished, and his son put it up. Yeah, he died. He died of a heart attack in Chicago before he was able to finish it.
During his plan,
what's his
was
name?
Lincoln part of his plan?
I don't know. Lincoln and
You remember
Lincoln and Roosevelt were added after, I believe.
Do you remember his name?
Yeah.
Right here.
Look him up.
Carved into
Glutson Borglum.
created the sculptures, designed and oversaw the project's execution.
Mm-hmm.
27
And then his
to
son
41
Lincoln.
with the help of his son Lincoln.
Mhm.
To name your son Lincoln?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. Oh, dude, his background's really cool too. Like,
I want. Google, can you Google this guy, Chris? Can we get a little bit more
The
background
father
on
or
him?
the son?
The
I'll do
father.
the father.
he was raised by Danish immigrants, and they were Mormons, and his father practiced polygamy.
God damn.
Yeah, his father was he had 2 wives.
My man.
Oh,
And
let's
then,
see. Let's see what we
he
have
got-
here.
I'm telling you the
Also
story.
a member of the Ku Klux Klan,
Yeah,
according to Wikipedia.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Wikipedia
take
was
that.
right.
If you trust Wikipedia,
Wait, do you
if you
guys
trust
use
Wikipedia,
Wikipedia at work?
We use it as reference.
Oh my fucking
but
God.
we don't buy into it completely. We use it as reference because for the most part, when it comes to history like this, there's not too much like weird shit that they change on the.
but they cited it from Wikipedia. They left a.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the great part of Wikipedia. At least they have the
Oh,
encyclopedia.
come on, bro.
I mean, the bibliography.
Oh yeah.
Works
Okay,
cited.
so Howard and Schaff and
format.
Audrey Carl Schaff, 6 War at a Time, The Life and Times of Gutzon Borglum, Sculptor of Mount Rushmore, Center for Western Studies, St. Augustana College. I don't know, Sioux Falls,
Sioux Falls?
Sioux Falls, SIOUX Falls, South Dakota, 1985, page 197. It's from a book.
Yeah. So the thing with him too.
Who
he
trusts books
did
these days?
build, do you know what Stone Mountain is? Stone Mountain is a Confederate memorial that he built. So I think Stonewall
Confederate.
Jackson.
Oh, so he was playing two sides of the fence.
Well, I think he cashed a big check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
yeah, dude, he was making bank.
Just like how Disney did business with the Nazis.
Nazi
Oh, Stone
sympathizer.
Mountain.
Yeah, Stone Mountain.
Originally involved in the carving of Stone Mountain in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
his nativist stances made him an ideologically sympathetic choice to carve a memorial to heroes of the Confederacy.
Mm-hmm.
Planned for Stone Mountain, Georgia, 1915, coinciding with the Klan glorifying highly successful birth of a nation.
God.
He was approached by the United Daughters of the Confederacy, white women. High best of
Karens.
Okay, so I mean, he was, hey guys, how's it going? Well, yeah, I feel like it was everyone back then was
I feel like everyone was
just by
broke.
association part of the Klan.
Everyone was broke and was just like, "Hey, you gonna go draw on this mountain really quick?"
You want to? Yo, I got like a whole bunch of clay for you. If you can make these presidents' faces, we could dynamite it.
You got yourself a job.
Dude, they had tons of dynamite to make this.
Yeah,
this-
dynamite
this
was
head.
also used to remove large areas of rock
Mm-hmm.
from under Washington's brow. He had them thickies.
They had to.
The initial pair of presidents,
Mm-hmm.
Washington and Jefferson, was soon joined by Lincoln and Roosevelt.
They
Oh,
had.
so he was exploding these faces into the mountain,
Well, he was exploding all the extra
the shapes and
stuff
like.
he didn't need. Yeah, and he was able to somehow form the head, kind of like how when we play Gardenscapes. You blow up and
Yeah.
you can kind of make a shape out of it. It's very similar to that.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Go back.
Oh, dude, he looks like a Nazi sympathizer.
He looks like someone who would chase you down with a pitchfork and
Oh,
Tiki torch.
tiki torch.
dude. Oh my god. But
Is that a bow tie?
Yeah,
look at the hate in those eyes.
Look at
That's a
the
fancy
concern and
gentleman.
hate. Jesus Christ. But he also dude, they cut down so many trees just to pass wire up to freaking Mount Rushmore.
How do you know so much?
Well, I work on
Oh,
the show I work on. Yeah.
yeah.
For
Are
the
you guys
History
are you
Channel.
guys talking about like are you guys covering as well like that myth that there's like a safe or vault in
Underneath the Denver airport?
Oh
What?
no! Yeah, that was actually my last episode. The last episode that there's a bunker, not a bunker, but there's underground
A secret
tunnels.
society type of like a village or
We
like a
didn't-
city?
We didn't talk about the alien conspiracies or the underground people conspiracies, but we did talk about the underground tunnels that are supposed to lead to different military bases. Most importantly, the Cheyenne Mountain Base, NORAD, and yeah, that's when we talked about. But for here, we talked about behind Mount Rushmore, there's a little valley. And there's the guy Gutson. He originally wanted to build what was called the Hall of Records. So you guys saw a book of what is it? National Treasure.
Yeah.
When they have to go into Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Basically, they played off that idea that the Hall of Records was going to be this giant chamber of just. It was for him. It was going to be a chamber. It was going to be a chamber, almost like a museum exhibit. So he wanted in there to have the original Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, busts of all the presidents to come, or the ones they claim to be important. You know what I mean? China. And
I was laughing at to come, but
okay. Oh,
China.
dude, we're on two different wavelengths about this one.
I'm a child.
But yeah, dude, the Hall of Records. But he died before that happened, and then his son was like, "Dad, that was a dumb idea, dude. I'm sorry, Dad. That was stupid. We're not gonna do it. It's too much money. They're already kind of mad that you died. you ate too many hot dogs. You fucking had a heart attack.
It's pretty good detail.
It's crazy.
Can I
yeah.
say that without being racist?
Yeah, because
I'm appreciating art.
No, but to be honest, though, this is going to be a hard one.
Well, it's
to destroy.
The problem, one of the biggest problems too, is like, Theodore Roosevelt was one of the presidents. He was the president that really kind of just he put nitrous in the engine for imperialism, United States imperialism. Like he was like, yo, let's go.
Wasn't his philosophy speak softly but carry a big stick?
Carry a big stick. Speak softly, carry a big stick.
Yeah.
What he did too was like the National Park Service was like his baby. Like he made sure that all the national parks and
I remember that. Yeah, he was a big nature guy. He was big into hunting and.
Isn't there like big ass paintings of him like wild game hunting?
Oh, I'm sure. Absolutely.
Oh, dude. I mean, like,
didn't
the movie
like put in on
Midnight,
that fucking horse.
Museum at Midnight. What the hell was that movie
Night at
called?
the Museum.
Night at the Museum.
Oh,
R.I.P. Robin Williams.
Oh, dude, Robin Williams.
Can you find that if there's the hunting pictures of homie Theo?
Homie Theo, dude. Theo Rosie.
I had teachers, dude, in high school that admired this motherfucker.
You know what's funny? You know teddy bears were named after him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, teddy
dude.
bears. But then also he had asthma. He was asthmatic growing
So
up.
that
Bitch.
story, dude, my teachers
What a
always say the
pussy.
story. So when he was growing up, they didn't have inhalers or anything like that.
Yeah.
What his dad would do when he was having an asthma attack, he would put him in the back of the chariot and he would make the horses go as fast as they could while sticking Theo's head out of the chariot so that the air could be sucked down his throat.
And then he would let him puff his cigarette.
Yeah, he would let him puff his cigarette.
Yeah, dude.
Science.
Fucking science.
Is that him?
Yep.
Look at that. Is that an elephant?
Oh, you bet your ass. This was before it was a problem, man.
It was always a problem, Chris.
Theo.
Is hunting deer a problem?
No, because they overpopulate, dude.
That's chickens.
That's before too much hunting. This wasn't too much hunting.
True. There was elephants aplenty.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh, dude. Elephants far beyond the eye can see.
Come back from the war, everyone gets an elephant.
You see that. You see beyond the Great Plains or the jungles. You see
look
that big island of gray,
He's riding a fucking
He's
moose
riding a
through
moose.
a river.
dude.
What? Wait, where is that? Where was that taken?
That's pretty Canadian of him. Not gonna lie, but fuck it.
That has to be the most badass presidential picture I've ever seen in my life.
He's one of the badass.
Yeah,
he's
dude.
one of the. Like,
And that's why they put him up on Mount Rushmore, because he fucking dude.
That's some hardcore shit, dude.
Gotta subscribe to the Wall Street
I
Journal.
don't
No,
think
thank you.
for everyone who's listening, mooses. Google mooses.
Mices.
They are
Mice?
huge.
Weiss. One of those.
Have you guys ever seen a moose in real life?
Oh, like an elk.
like-
I've seen videos of like elk, and I don't know if that.
No,
how,
like
what a
when
elk
I
is
went to
a moose,
Washington,
but,
I saw a moose. It was the scariest fucking thing I ever seen in my life. That shit's like a Land Rover.
I've seen one walking down the street on YouTube, which I will bring up.
And no, watch what he's about to bring up right now. It's the size. It's a moose. The homie Theo's riding this thing around in the water like he's a fucking king, which he is after seeing that shit.
Bruh, look at this. Fucking,
man.
Look at this moose.
where's my chocolate mousse?
Moose. Remember that episode of Invader Zim with the moose? They were in that parallel universe, like in a wormhole.
Funny that you say that because I was quoting Cat Dog.
Oh wow, Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
This big fella here.
Like,
Look at this big fella here.
bro, you're not
He's
gonna
a
believe the size of this
Thick
motherfucker.
boy.
Look how big this dude is, man.
Look at him. He's here.
Holy.
You telling me
There, bud.
Theodore Roosevelt hopped his ass on top of
Maybe
that
not
big
this
moose.
exact one, but
Yo,
one of his cousins.
Yo, but
dog.
that moose was above the water though.
Yeah. I don't. I mean,
No, but
we
that's
don't know
not the
how
point.
deep
Like,
that-
look how big this motherfucker is.
Dude, imagine that dude charging at you.
Oh man,
You'd grab those horns and just hop on.
dude, you get pierced by those horns.
You know, if you jump on him.
Look at that moose, bud.
Yeah, look at that moose there, bud. Don't you? Don't you know?
Yeah. So, all right. You know what? Theo could stay. Theo could stay on the mountain.
Oh, Lincoln can stay too. God damn.
That's
dude.
a hefty argument. That's a big
Lincoln?
one.
You don't want Lincoln to stay
don't
on the
want Lincoln to stay
mountain?
on
you
there?
know?
No, I'm not gonna
Wasn't
touch
it? Wasn't Mount Rushmore also on a Indian land or something like that?
Yeah, South Dakota, Black Hills. That
South.
is-
Well, this is all on Indian land.
Yeah, I mean technically all of North America.
How far back are we gonna go, Chris? I don't know, man.
Well, that's more
Jesus.
eastbound and down. You know what I mean? So you know damn well that people were there first. It was that manifest destiny bullshit. Louisiana Purchase go kill off everyone, Mexicans and Indians.
fried bread, fire water, and
Engines.
a lot of walking.
Yeah, beaners and engines, roadblocks, dude. It sucked. I can say beaners because I'm Mexican.
I really want to dive into this Mount Rushmore thing. I want to go through each president. Like at this point, like
well, I mean, okay, George W.
What is
George
Jeff?
Wa-
What's
we're not
Jeff-
done- we're
what's
not
Je-
done.
I want to know about Jefferson. What's his significance,
Dude, Jefferson Starship. Come on, bro.
You're just saying words right now.
He's on the nickel, right? Yeah.
what are you looking up?
Mount Rushmore. I'm trying to figure out where exactly that is in South Dakota. But
South Dakota.
again, Google Chrome. You eat up my.
You know what's
and
funny
there's
about Mount
nothing else
Rushmore?
open. Jesus.
When my dad passed away, we found pictures that were taken probably like 3 months before he passed
Okay.
of him at Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
My family all looked around and were like, when the fuck did this motherfucker go to Mount Rushmore?
Was the pictures developed or?
So you know back in the day when you developed pictures at the store, it had like it
yeah,
had this
yeah.
timestamp on the corner.
Yeah.
It was like a weekend, and I'm like, and we were all like, when the fuck did this dude go to Mount Rushmore by himself?
That's a good question, guy. Yeah.
Huh.
Holy shit.
So I guess you could say Mount Rushmore has always been something I needed to look into for a long time.
All right. Anyways, I doubt Google Maps is gonna work right now, but
Well, anyway, Jefferson. He was president number what?
I don't know, bro.
I feel like my phone's a lot faster than this shit,
Yeah.
man.
Thomas Jefferson was the
Didn't George?
third
Did it?
president. Thomas Jefferson was the third president.
Oh, he's early.
Yeah, George. Yeah, because John Adams was the second.
Didn't Washington grow weed?
Yeah,
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
he grew-
everyone.
He had a
This was
hemp
before the
plantation, right?
Mexicans.
Yeah, he grew
were
He had a
hemp.
hemp
taking-
plantation.
But
Okay, that sounds like weed to me.
Washington also. Yeah, but he wasn't fucking selling King Louis with
No, but I'm pretty sure he was smoking
King
it.
Louis OG and you
Was
know,
it? What do you think they packed in the fucking pipes? Just nicotine?
just-
Nah, bro.
Nah, dude, there was a little bit
They're
of
they're
wacky
rolling
tobacco in there, bro.
They're rolling spliffs, my friend.
You ever hear that song
Some
by?
of that Nick and hemp.
You ever hear that song by Trevor Moore?
Oh yeah, Black Hills National Forest.
What is that song?
Oh, when he's high at church.
No. So all right, so Trevor Moore did this album. It's kind of like a historical album. Like he touches base on like the founding fathers, and like he even goes as far as talking about like the start of the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
And look, let me look it up. But it's called
Good
the
idea.
Founding Fathers rap, and it's really all about the Founding Fathers rap. It's about and he talks about Mount Rushmore, but the whole song is just about how like
Trevor
there
Moore.
it is, there it is.
Drunk text to myself. Oh, is he from the Whitest Kids Alive?
Yeah, Whitest Kids, you know.
Oh yeah, the Whitest Kids Alive is a band. My bad. The Whitest Kids, you know, also good show. I love the Race War.
Race
Race
War.
War. We can only listen
What is she,
about-
Italian? Yeah, don't bring her. Race War, come on. Yeah.
What about
This was off.
Wait,
his-
how much of this can we listen to? Like 30 seconds before we get flagged?
Are we trying to? Do you want to monetize the first episode?
Nah, fuck it.
Dude, no.
Let's listen to it.
Subtitles, upbeat music.
I gotta get paid. I'm like tough titty, cause y'all's a whole ocean away. And you could try to send some ships to come and make me pay up, but that's an awful long way just to suck these nuts. You get my fucking message, son? Take it, Thomas Jefferson.
I can already tell you one thing that's like not accurate about
Oh, dude, I don't know what's not. What is accurate?
Let me know.
I don't think I can say it. It'll be real bad. It'll be real bad. I'm not gonna say it.
yeah.
If you were thinking it, you got it.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. Greatest president ever. I'll have what he's drinking. Yeah, well, see, that's where you'd be wrong. Cause if you want to chill with me, you better go and grab a bomb or an apple or a fancy. You do not understand. Faded 24/7, cause that's just the way I am. I can see you're having no little trouble believing me. But check this letter that I wrote before it down in history of hemp. Two of my favorite things are sitting on my porch and smoking a pipe of that sweet hemp. Of course, that's a quote that I wrote while I was still in office. But enough of that, I am too high. I have to back up off this. Where's my horse? I think I need to go and ride him home. I was supposed to leave about 420 rips ago. You see my hat? I like it. I kinda think it looks like I stole. Scratch it, pass it one more time, and let me hit it for the road. So drugs, run guns, nail sluts, and fuck the law.
Whoa.
Okay.
Rushmore shit, we were all high as balls. And don't let them try and tell you we grew. It's just a rope, you can check what we wrote down in our harvest notes. We separated seeds and we found more potent. In layman's terms, we were into getting bent.
And there's actually recordings of them of their green books.
Yeah, I believe it. Crazy.
Masonic imagery.
But that just ain't the way it was. We set this whole place up with a hell of a buzz. So next time they try and tell you that this stuff is wrong, look at it, dog. Light a blunt, fucking sing my song. So drugs, run guns, nail sluts, and fuck the law. We're founding fathers, we're Rushmore shit, and we were all high as balls. The Declaration of Independence I wrote so high, I'm surprised it makes sense. So we find this truth.
Isn't it written all in hemp?
Yeah.
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 Good for them, dude.
Yeah, dude.
We kind of took a backtrack along the way, but
Oh,
Oh, there it is. Monumental stoners, Mount Rushmore. The white man's clever. That's for sure.
the one man you wanted to.
Poor Teddy, man.
that's the only reason I wanted to listen to this with you guys.
Oh, dude, how could you disrespect Teddy,
Fuck
man?
that other guy.
Dude, Robin Williams is turning in his grave. Oh,
on,
man.
What are you doing to us?
Anyways, guys.
So change the subject a little bit. So
You wanted to talk
yeah,
about
I wanted to talk about something.
Oh, okay.
So when you left today,
Okay, guys. Yeah. Backstory. Me and Willie stayed over at my sister's pad, which is where we're recording right now, and I had to go handle some business at home. Came back,
For
and
sure.
I guess in like a 3-hour
Yeah.
period, they thought of some profound shit, and now they want to bring it up.
And we didn't think
There we
about some
go.
profound shit. Like it was brought up to me. Like your sister brought it up to me. Your sister brought it up to me. She asked me a question. So your sister looks at me and she says, "Do you know what cruising is?" I was like, the first thing
You're
I
thinking
thought,
like lowrider cruising.
that's what I thought.
Okay.
So do you know where this is going?
No.
Okay, so
a little
so
With a question
and I-
like that, no.
and I looked at her. I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "At Elysian Park." I'm like, "What?"
Cruising to.
And she's like gay cruising.
What? Oh no.
Oh, no.
Where are we going?
this
is a hot take,
completely
dude. What
lost.
the hell?
And I'm like, "Explain." Like,
Is it just two gay guys cruising?
and I'm like, "Explain." And
That's
she's
a guy
like,
and a girl cruising.
well, it's where dudes like wait for each other in bushes, and they fuck.
Oh,
Okay,
they have that
all
over
right,
there?
yeah, dude. Okay, hold on, I'll get into it right now. So
I
look,
went to Elysian Park.
probably
once.
about 2 years ago, I was hanging out with some of my friends at a bar in Echo Park,
Yeah.
right down the hill from Elysian Park.
Uh-huh.
We went up to Elysian Park after we got out of the bar. For 2 years, I've been thinking to myself that there was some dude in a bush trying to kill me until Illy brought this up to me. So we're up at Elysian Park. It's like 2 a.m.
Right.
It's dark as fuck. I look over and I see this dude just standing there, and my homegirl like is getting scared, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this dude is like gonna come kill us.
Right.
But he wasn't like being threatened. Like it was kind of like he was waiting for us to come up to him, but he was like literally in the bushes. And we decided to leave, but then like this whole time, dude, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I'll never go there again. Like these fucking axe murderers and the bushes. And then when she was telling me about this, I'm like, why specifically Elysian Park? So I Googled it.
Oh no.
And
LA's
yeah,
dark
go
history.
ahead.
Here we go, dude.
So
LA's deep dark.
during that
history.
time, I found a forum for cruising in Elysian Park. There was a forum around that time 2 years ago in 2018. Where there were ads put in Elysian Park for around
Cruisingdays.com. That was the first thing that came up
for
under Elysian
around
Park
that
cruising.
time. So I think that I ran into some dude who put up an ad for cruising, and he thought that me and my homegirl were there to meet up.
Oh, dude. What? That's
Okay.
so scary. Oh no.
So there's cruisinggaze.com, and then I guess they just leave locations on where you can cruise.
Yeah,
to.
dude, if your sister wouldn't have said anything,
Yeah.
I would have still thought that some dude tried to kill me at Elysian Park. So I dove into it, right? I'm like, I feel really bad because I asked your sister, like, well, is there any type of cruising for like straight people? And it's a self-explanatory question. There's
sounds
not.
like
There's not, because here's the thing.
Rape, dude.
No, this
No,
is
not
this is
even-
100%
not even
consensual.
rape. Whoa.
This is 100% consensual. So okay, so I'm skipping.
Sounds like safe rape.
No.
It sounds like
Where
role-play
are you
safe
getting
rape.
raped?
where are you getting raped
Hiding
from?
in the bushes?
No,
That's
that's the
discreet.
thing. It's
It's
discreetness.
not a raping thing. It's so no one can see.
Yeah, you're on a whole different wavelength.
Ah,
I'm sorry, dude.
sick. Fuck.
So look, all right. So I'm sitting down. I'm like,
Hey,
so I text my
Put that on me.
I text my cousin. I
We're
text
being
my
recorded right now.
I text my cousin, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, do you know what cruising is? I gave him no context to what this was. He's like, you mean like gay cruising? I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. I asked him like,
Apparently, I'm late to the game.
and I asked him like, do you cruise? He's like, I was like, do you cruise? He's like, hell nah. He's like, that's how Tom Hanks got AIDS in Philadelphia. And
Yeah, I feel like that's for more like gays who are like in hiding, you know, that like don't, because I mean, why would you do that if
I'm
you're,
getting to that point. I'm getting.
right? Like it makes sense.
So is the bush just a
no.
metaphor?
It's for people who can't go back home because they have a
Okay,
wife
so
and
I'm getting
kids
to that
or-
point. All right.
Sounds
you know,
like the
they-
bush
So-
is just like
Yeah.
a living metaphor, like a realistic metaphor.
So I Googled after that.
my gay ass sister is on the couch, just like chiming in, like, yeah, that's it, dude.
That's exactly okay.
Oh, this is great.
So I
Now I feel bad.
no,
they're doing
okay.
that
So
they
like,
have to
yeah,
do that.
I feel bad that like I looked into this because I feel like it's a world that I shouldn't even be a part of. I should know nothing about.
Wait,
this
why
is
would
their
you
own,
feel bad for knowing about
because
it?
this is their safe zone. Like of like, you get what I mean,
Well,
Chris?
yeah.
you're not out there busting cruising missions.
Yeah, but how many people do you think are though?
Ah,
Yeah, but
fuck
you're
them,
not- well, but
dude.
you're
What the
not-
hell?
Yeah,
Fuck
but
you
Willie,
if you're
so
doing that,
you're-
man. Let
yeah,
them.
but you can't put yourself in like, you're not putting yourself in that situation where you're gonna go bust people cruising. You didn't know. You just didn't know, and now you are aware. So if you're for some reason
Not
at
only that, you
Elysian
were
Park-
just at Elysian. Like
Yeah.
the dude wasn't like, oh fuck that guy, I found
Yeah.
out. It's
So
he's
if
like,
you're- if
oh
you're
no, that's
ever-
just literally like a guy and a girl walking down the
yeah.
street.
So if you're ever at Elysian
Just like,
Park,
he's just
and
waiting
you,
for the
you hear
next
some
one.
rustling in the bushes, you're like,
It's okay. No, we'll
no,
come
it's-
back and like you know what? We wanted to pause and let you know about our sponsorship. I swear I'm wearing MeUndies now. I'm wearing MeUndies, dude.
We
I'm
got
wearing Dragons
MeUndies,
right
dude.
now,
Shout
dog.
out to MeUndies. Y'all better get on this, like,
Hell
straight
yeah,
up.
dude. They're super comfortable. Not even gonna lie, they're so fucking comfortable. I do
Bluetooth?
everything. Well, that. Let me finish this one real quick.
Sorry.
It's all right. Super comfortable. I love them. It's like a cotton ball that's carrying your nutsack. You feel firm. You feel like everything's gonna be in place. Nothing's gonna be, you know, wobbling around you. Everything's compact. It's soft. It's so soft cotton. You get really nice designs, or you can get just plain or plain colored. Red, gray, blue, whatever. If you're not fancy pants.
Are they breathable?
I mean, I go running in them. Like, yeah, and I'm sweating like I'm fine after. I mean, I take a shower after, but it's super.
Any wedgies?
You know what? Not wedgies, but on the inner thighs. Every once in a while, I have to like pull it out just because I feel like a little chafing on my thighs.
It's
Not
just
so much
hugging you the right way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, and believe me, I could do compression shorts. I've done them before, but MeUndies are just so much more comfortable,
Hey,
convenient.
MeUndies.
And it's just if I'm going, 5 miles, like once or twice, I'll just pull it down a little bit, and like it doesn't look weird. It's everyone knows, oh, that dude's just adjusting his shorts.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's like
MeUndies right there.
Yeah,
Oh.
man. When your nuts and your junk don't have breathing problems like that Karen at the beginning of the episode,
Oh yeah.
you can thank MeUndies for that.
You don't have to wear a mask for your junk. Imagine that. Thank you, MeUndies.
Please excuse the weird pause. We all got a little too excited about this story. Trying to defend our boy Willie here.
So look, basically, I get it. No one is oblivious to the fact that everyone straight, gay, pants, everywhere around the spectrum has their own little secret society of what's going on sexually or personally in their lives. I guess what I was trying to say is the whole reason this story excites me so much is because for 2 years I thought that I almost got killed at Elysian Park.
Oh, dude, today would have been the day. That would have been the final night. People are like, what was he doing in Elysian Park? You would have been dead with a stretched anus.
And for some reason, dude, when your sister told me what it is,
Yeah.
I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Like, oh, so I wasn't gonna die. What did you say, Chris? What did you say, Chris?
I do not remember what I was going to say.
Oh, pull that up. The Elysian Park. Read that off to them.
So we got our young Chris Jamie here looking up
So
Cruising Gay's website.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is what
dude.
came up under Elysian Park Cruising. And so it's just a cruisinggaze.com website where you can find, I guess, events, locations where you can go cruising and find a potential partner. The description under Elysian Park: watch for parked cars on winding roads. Guys will not be far away in bushes. If using park at night, park outside and walk in as gates are locked before 9 p.m. The neighborhoods: Echo Park, and who's coming? Many Hispanic men and others. So yeah, I mean, Echo Park's a predominantly Hispanic.
Yeah, it's just
area.
it. I found this one. It was on the same website when me and your sister were looking into it, and your sister was telling me. Your sister was like, because I asked your sister, like, as a lesbian, do lesbians have something like this as well? And she's like, well, no, it's strict.
Yeah.
Like, it's mainly gay men.
I feel like more. I don't want to say more, but
Well, no, you touched on the subject too, like
because because I feel like gay men have tend to be hiding more, or like 'cause I feel like this is mainly for men who aren't exactly out and have to do it in private, otherwise they can't do it.
I think it's like a
house or-
50-50 thing. It might be that, but also might be people who like the excitement behind it.
What do you think What do you think the percentage is though? Like, I feel like there's more. I think I don't know. Do you think it's more people doing that for the excitement factor, like being a sexual deviant in a sense, without
Well,
the real repercussions of being a sexual deviant?
When I brought that up last time, Illy was like, pointing, like you got it when I was
Yeah.
saying something.
So that you think it might be.
You know what? Let's let Illy grab the mic really quick and
Yeah.
give.
Okay, so is it more of like for these websites and these meetups, these cruisings? Is it more like they have to do it in secrecy because they aren't exactly out yet, or is it because like it's just more of the risk and fun factor? You're speaking to the mic.
Yeah. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfectly, dude.
So I think it's just a kink. I don't think it's anything beyond that. I think they're just into that.
And I asked you, is there anything like this, like in the broad spectrum of the LGBT community? Do you feel like it's more of just like straight, no, not straight, gay men who like are mainly into this, or like is it like brought more bigger spectrum of it?
I think it's a mainly no. I think it's a game. I think it's a male thing because I haven't seen anything like that for lesbians at all. Me being one, you know, I've never come across that. So I mean, for it's mainly for dudes. I feel like that's something that maybe started years, like a long time ago, maybe
dude.
when during the 60s, 70s.
Or Greece. Ancient Greece, dude.
Oh, well,
Fucking
guys have more
man boiler.
testosterone. Guys have more
Goddamn.
testosterone, so they always want
Yeah.
to like fuck. And
Well, no, like, me and Illy were going through these personals, right? One of them was Home Depot in Van Nuys because Illy,
What?
yeah. So your
What?
yes, all right. So your
It always
sister,
goes back to Home Depot
so-
with you, doesn't it? God
so
damn.
your sister was asking me like, oh, let's look up some other places. So we
should be
saw Van Nuys. No,
incognito
look up a city and then cruising.
Burbank cruising.
Oh God, dude.
You gotta be specific.
Burbank, California.
Gay cruising.
10 gay Burbank cruising.
Yes, that
areas.
one.
That's
So-
the first
so,
one under Burbank cruising.
So
Damn, dude.
we started looking.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
cruisinggays.com.
And,
I got you.
It kind of just seems like it's real, like it's just all consensual. Like you have to know where you're going to look for this.
Bro, Taco Bell washroom
And these are all
Shut-
these are all
shut
2020.
on San Fernando. Can I say that?
Dude, that is the one
Bed Bath and Beyond on Magnolia.
right by the high school. Oh, dude.
Here's an interesting one. Afro-American Cultural Center.
Hold on, you guys. Should we really be blasting their spots on the cast?
This is one we probably should be. Warner Brothers Studio.
Yo! No! Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, dude. Oh, God.
It's a restroom in one of the lots.
No.
If you want to find it, I've given you more than enough information on where you can find this exact
Aw,
location.
dude.
And if you guys are doing this, full support.
safe.
Stay
Yeah,
safe.
yeah, just be safe about it, dude.
Stay safe. Wear condoms. I think it
Anytime
actually
you meet a
says that at the
stranger
bottom
online.
too. At the bottom of these websites, it says that.
I mean, if
There,
you're meeting any
there's some
stranger-
click on one of like the ads because me and Illy,
know the
me
ad I'm
and your
clicking on.
sister saw one of the ads and
Yeah.
it said like stay safe, wear condoms, no one underage.
It's almost like the Craigslist for secret gay sex.
Oh, and then you could also comment on the location
Shut up. What
and
did it
give away
say?
AIM. I'm not going to put that one out there.
AIM.
Let me know if you would like to hook up. That was in 2010. Okay, it's a bit outdated.
They still had AIM in 2010.
I'm at location quite a bit. Let me know when we can hook up there. That was in 2007.
You think it might be
I'm
like a
working on the
producer?
lot today. I have to go check this out. Is this a room that is only accessible after you get on the lot, or can anyone use this room?
So look up Van Nuys. Look up Van Nuys ones. There's the Home Depot one. It's something me and Illy got were really like whoa about because I think that's what kind of like made me and your sister realize like this is kind of like a closeted thing for some people.
Yeah.
But it's so common. Because like the Home Depot story, he gives like this whole story out, dude, and
Yeah.
like it kind of you get this idea like it's a place for men who also aren't out are comfortable with what they feel
That's
yet
exactly it.
to
Yeah.
like experiment.
Okay.
There's a lot of lowrider cruising.
Look up.
Boogaloo.
I looked up Van
Okay.
Nuys. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could look up Van Nuys gay cruising. Yeah, there we go.
Here we go. Cruisinggays.com.
It should be like a Home Depot one.
And not only that, but this website also has a little chat box where you and other people on the website can chat. I thought that was pretty cool.
Interesting.
Oh, so
Just find
people are still
online
active.
right now. You're like, hey, is anyone in
Fuck Tinder, man. What's going on?
Well, I mean,
There's a
I
whole-
feel like if you're gay, you would use Grindr more than Tinder.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little bit.
Oh, you opened
No,
an
I've
account?
never used Grindr.
I'm just
Allegedly.
saying. Okay, men's meetup party, Van Nuys Boulevard and Gilmore Street parking lots. Roman Holiday.
There's a Home Depot one.
Target.
Target? Which Target?
The one I used to work at.
Oh, on
Suppo-
Sepulveda? Oh.
LAVC. All right.
I can
Valley
see that
Total
version.
Fit.
Home Depot Van.
All right, go ahead and read that out.
Alrighty. Here we go.
So this is an ad that was posted on this website. And the reason we're bringing this up is because it kind of made us understand a little bit more about who actually uses these sites and
Yeah.
how common it is. in a sense.
Somewhat cruisy bathroom. The handicapped can be hot. Have had two. Oh god, that's on my computer now. Okay. Have had two separate hookups on two separate occasions. However, do play it cool. Sit in the handicap, and when you hear someone come in, cough or make a noise so they know you're there. Had one Latin guy, Gardner, I think, let me his nice uncut 7-inch sweaty and meaty. Unfortunately, came in 2 minutes though. The other was about a week later. I had a Home Depot employee.
Yes, this is where it gets to that point.
Okay, but this time it describes that employee. So I'm going to leave that one out. I saw him in the blank department. Asked him a few stupid questions and got the vibe. Asked him where the head was. Said I needed to unload. I think I piqued his interest. I went into the handicapped, left the door unlocked, and a few minutes later, the door opened and heard footsteps coming over to the turn my head and body to cheat out so that whoever could see my half hard, and there he was. We did the little, I think it's embarrassed thing.
Embrace.
Oh, embraced. Embarrassed is BAR. Embarrassed thing, and the next thing I heard was the door lock, and he walked in, and we had a fast 5-minute fling. Asked him later if he's done that before, and he said yes, to my amazement, because I was scared someone would want to use the head. This is a true story. He still works there today.
What year
Crowd
was that posted?
straight. This was. It doesn't. This isn't even. This is a description of the Home Depot. There's comments under. The most recent was 2009, so it's about dated.
Okay, it's
A
been
lot
a
of these
while.
places are outdated.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you couldn't get away with it at a Home Depot
Dude,
fucking
there's so
bathroom.
many
or
dicks on
something.
my fucking.
Oh, dude.
No, okay, so look. So after all the research that me and your sister were doing,
Okay.
what we did was I asked her, like, is there something like this for straight people?
Yeah.
Which is a stupid question because there's Tinder out there, there's all this stuff,
Yeah.
but there are like different things on Reddit and stuff like that,
I got it.
But when I googled it,
Sketch.
there was a topic conversation on Quora.com, and this person like really explained it very good. He was like, the fact of the matter is that if you're straight, every interaction with anyone who of other heterosexuality is a fling in itself. There's unlimited chances of flings, but as a gay man, it's kind of hard to read a room.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
So that's why I think this is kind of cool.
So it's,
Like-
it's like playing into the taboo that already technically exists. Though granted, in today's world, it's somewhat dissipating,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but it still exists. And I'm sure a lot of these people are much older. Not older, but
You would
they-
be surprised.
They're from a different. Really?
Okay, so look,
Oh,
you know-
dude.
I could see it. I mean,
you know
young
why
guys
this- you
that
know
have
why this
not-
was
No,
brought
I
up.
could see young guys doing it for sure, but I'm saying like this was set up by an older generation that still has to hide more than. A
Oh
younger
yeah, I
generation.
can see that. But you know why this was brought up today?
Yeah,
So we're going to Lake Arrowhead in a couple weeks.
I thought we were going to Big Bear.
Big Bear, Arrowhead, whatever.
They're
We're
close
going
by.
camp.
Yeah,
They're
we're
close
going.
by.
We're going.
You
camping.
guys got to guess because we might go into one or the other. You can't track us down.
So
Telling people where we're going.
so this is very predominant in like woodland areas,
Mhm.
like spaces like where we're going. Your sister brought it up, and she was like, they do it a lot out there in the woods, and I got the address of the place we rented out,
Yeah.
and there's another website that it's really updated, like current,
Yeah.
and it gives you a map, and these little diamonds show you coordinates where to stay and wait for somebody else to show up.
Wow.
There's 50 around us within a 5-mile radius
From where we're staying.
where we're staying.
Ooh.
And so it got a little bit further. I was like, I doubt that like just motherfuckers are just running through the fucking woods.
I don't think it's often, but like you
So,
visited, like, hey, I'm gonna be.
What
next
did
week.
Willie do?
I also went. You did not set up a meeting.
You made a profile.
No, I didn't, guys.
Oh,
I'm not
thank God you
that.
didn't
I'm not
fucking
that
just
fucked
like
up, bro.
catfish.
What did you do?
You guys, is that what you guys think of
What
me?
is that? What you were? It's made it sound like you were leading towards that,
Yeah,
didn't
man.
it? I mean,
God damn.
No, man, no. I went on Pornhub.
Jesus.
He took advantage of the quarantine-free exclusive, free premium membership. I'm like,
How was it?
So,
How was it?
so okay. So what I'm about to say might be a little bit weird to you, Memo. Me and your sister went on Pornhub together,
this is hilarious
and
to me.
we looked up cruising Big Bear. Bro.
Wait, hold on. If you look up Big Bear on the gay part of Pornhub, you're not gonna get Big Bear, California.
No,
You're gonna
no.
get-
That,
I was
Big
right
Bear.
about to do that.
Are you
dude.
looking it
right
up?
about
Are you
to
looking
do
it up? Okay, so I found this one video.
Yeah.
Let's see if Chris could find it. We'll watch it together.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. I can see what's based on his cookies, what he's like to watch.
Big Bear, California.
Okay, let me see the screen really quick.
Much for the plot.
Because the only reason I know that this is actually in Big Bear because I found it on another site as well.
Sensual
Dude, this
kisses.
poor woman, dude. Her husband cried watching this.
You put
What?
in
Oh,
I
God.
put in Big Bear, California.
no, put in cruising
Cruising Big Bear, California.
Big Bear.
Yeah, bro, nothing's coming out. Just a bunch of porn.
I found it.
Something tells me Willie's
Just looking at a bunch of porn right now,
Will-
dog.
Willie's cookies led to something that.
Can we end the podcast
Okay,
real
alright.
quick?
Why?
I'm about to make a deposit.
All right, so look, watch it on this. So basically, the only reason I know this is in Big Bear is because I cross referenced it. I found another site for Big Bear cruising post,
Yeah.
and it was somebody who actually originated the post, and this is it.
Oh wait, am I gonna watch Gabe? Is that
Why are we-
Shrek?
Dude,
Why is the
bro,
skin
what
green?
the hell?
Watch, wait.
I really don't want
It's a dude, right?
Okay, all right. So
Oh,
we'll
that's
fast forward.
multiple. It was 3 people. Yep, there was 3.
Okay, so I was like, "There's no way people are in the woods together just doing this, right?" Nah,
Dude,
it's happening.
You cannot trust a guy with a reverse baseball cap.
Hold up, dude. I didn't wear my baseball. Like,
No, but like-
reverse and forward.
Okay,
What does that
reverse,
mean?
okay, you're gonna if you are cruising in the woods and someone comes up with a reverse baseball cap, I think you have enough self-respect and like you should have a pretty good sense of danger when you see that. Because damn,
What do you think?
I don't judge a person based on their baseball cap. I've never seen a person wear a baseball cap a certain way and think, I bet he sucks dick.
So,
I bet
so
I think he chomps dick, dude. That's what I'm worried that he's gonna chomp a dick.
so you started a Twitter account recently.
Oh God! All right, so I
Yes.
never had Twitter ever.
How did this person find you?
Hold on.
Okay, so if you are listeners of the Your Mom's House podcast,
Yeah.
keep your jeans high. Keep your jeans high and tight. They've been doing one of their favorite reoccurring characters is Robert Paul Champagne, and he's this guy in Brooklyn or New York. He's
Somewhere in New York.
East Coast, who is this gay man
Or Queens, I think it is.
Queens. Okay, and he put out a video saying, basically a call to action
Definitely.
to get.
Hey, he was a man who
He knew what he
knew
wanted,
what he
dude.
wanted, and he was out to get it.
And he gave out his home address, and he wanted a black guy or a Puerto Rican guy to come.
I got it
and,
right here. Hang on.
and do things.
Black
for him.
guys who love to fuck and fuck good.
Oh yeah.
If you're a hot black guy and you want to fuck me at $23.95, if you want to move in,
Left
you
out
can
the
move in, but you
address.
gotta fuck
Yeah.
me. I need to be fucked a lot, man.
He needs to
Get
be
rent
fucked
free
a lot.
food, free rent, and everything else, man. Here's the deal, man.
He's
Men
soliciting
from
his
jail,
apartment.
homeless, or
Yeah. Free rent,
thug,
dude. Free
wanna
food.
come,
All you
move
got to
in.
do.
Your friend can move with you too, man.
Bring a
Free
bring a
rent, you get
homie.
lease and a key. Fuck me. Piss
That's
on
all
me.
you
Beat
gotta
me.
do.
I'm home there now. You see me when I come over today and try it out, man. If you're in my building, try it out. If you want to fucking piss on me, try it out. Seriously, probably only as fuck, man. I'm looking for hardcore guys that mean it and want to do it, and I want to deliver it. I'm a hot white trash. Come dump, let's fuck.
So I
Call to
follow-
action.
So I follow a lot of comedy Twitter pages, and I follow the Your Mom's House podcast.
As any right person.
And literally, in like an hour, I look and I get a notification from Twitter. I was like, oh, what the? Okay. And I look. Robert Paul Champagne followed me on Twitter.
The man himself.
The man himself.
The man,
dude.
the myth, and the legend.
RPC followed me. I was like, dude.
When you saw that?
I got a little scared.
He got a little
I got a little
hard.
scared. I was like, okay, dude, no. And I didn't follow him back because honestly, his content does disturb me a bit. It's a little.
Does he still follow you?
It's a little hardcore. I don't know. I haven't checked. I feel like he's one of those like I'll follow and then I'll just leave it there and just fucking wait till the DMs get slid into. I was like, I'm not that kind of guy, buddy.
What's he doing nowadays?
He has an OnlyFans now. He
Yeah.
just got onto OnlyFans. He calls it fans only, like all the old people that started it. But his first video, his intro video, is him jerking off while telling you to subscribe to his
Okay, I'm not gonna
OnlyFans.
post that.
That's his like.
I was recording for the gram, and his first video is him jerking off.
He's literally jerking
All right, so I'm not gonna delete that little bit.
Yeah, so yeah, sexual
Continue.
a gay sexual deviant followed me on Twitter, and I don't even use Twitter.
Aren't you trying to like get your own place right now? Like, you could move to
Needs
New
me.
York, dude.
I
Like,
will. Not
You-
for,
you can
not for
experience-
RPC, dude.
Dude, the podcast is gonna be a little bit more trickier. If he moves to
Yeah,
New York.
and we're gonna be stuck with Zoomcasts, and we're trying to get away from what everyone is doing right now. Okay, but Robert Paul Champagne. I mean, shout out to Robert Paul Champagne. Like you're
you'll
good-
shout him out, but you won't follow him
good
back
job.
on Twitter.
Did a good job. He
Facts.
They really. And shout out to all the mommies out there.
Are you a
Your
real
Mom's House
fan of
podcast.
Robert Paul Champagne?
I'm not a fan. I have never been a fan
Hold
of
on,
Robert Paul
guys.
Champagne.
Robert Paul Champagne, if you
Oh,
ever
oh.
want to be on this podcast, we are inviting you officially to come and sit down with us and
That
talk
is
to us.
really talking
He
real
doesn't,
quick.
he doesn't leave his apartment.
We'll come to your apartment, Ron.
You haven't. They took a tour of his apartment, and
Dude, you don't want to go.
No, okay, so look, today is the first time we're hearing about this dude. Like, can we dive into this a little bit deeper? Like,
so
lead
glad.
I
me,
feel like we're
lead
just
me.
bleeding into Your Mom's House territory, and I don't really want to.
yeah, that's literally what they did. They don't.
Yeah, there's a whole saga of Robert Paul.
All right,
Champagne.
I'll
But
do
his
House.
apartment's he's not.
We gotta find
like,
our
he's
own
a little
Robert Paul
off,
Champagne.
and well, I mean, obviously, if you post that, but I mean, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I don't
No,
know.
and it's
I've
crazy.
never met the man, but they took a tour of his apartment, and they said it was. It was hard to move through. There was roaches in the video of the tour and stuff. Just climbing up the window.
Like big roaches?
The one on video wasn't that big, but granted, he was bold enough to start walking through freely around the house when there's lights and people in there. You know how like
Those bold
the
roaches.
freaks come out at it. This freak was out in the daylight, bro,
Christ.
and he survived. Like no one said it. Like, but we can talk about whether if we want him in the podcast or not.
Yeah, have you guys been following the cases,
Yeah,
What-
más o menos.
What cases?
the COVID cases?
Oh,
COVID
okay,
cases.
numbers. Yeah. Just looked it up actually while we were. Okay, so like within the last 7 days from the 15th through the 8 days, 15th through the 23rd, it went up 5,000 cases. It was averaging about 2,000. On the 23rd, we were at 7,000. So that's an increase 5,000 in a total population of 4 million people here in Los Angeles. That's 89 in total that have been confirmed, although it's not posting the amount of people that's recovered. I
You
just
sure?
looked up. I mean, I've been Googling it, and I just looked up Orange County that I saw on the little when I was looking it up, that Orange County just published their numbers. So I'm gonna look that up. Case counts and testing figures.
Oh wow, you're right. LA County is one of the only counties not reporting any recovered. You have Riverside County reporting 7,000 plus recovered. San Diego reporting 6,000 plus recovered. Orange County reporting 6,000 plus recovered. San Bernardino County reporting 6,000.
Orange County.
Imperial County.
Hold on, I
yeah.
want to look up the infected and then the recovered.
I have it right here. Orange County, you're looking at about a confirmed 11,016 infected, 6,763 recovered, 299 deaths.
Okay.
I think the reason why LA County isn't
They want to hide the numbers.
I don't think it's behind the numbers, in my opinion. You know, we could talk about it, but I think what it is when you look at the death rates, man, we have about 89,000 cases confirmed, right?
Yeah.
Plus 1,765 as of today. Today being Saturday the 27th.
Yeah.
An extra 1,765 cases, but we have 3,205 cases of death, plus another 21 today.
Let's look at the percentage on
I
that.
think what it is, man, is that it's moving too fast in California for them to even like put together the numbers for recovery, which is it sounds ridiculous, but it kind of seems like everyone else, a lot of other counties are kind of doing better than we are right now.
3.5% of those in Los Angeles have died. 3.5. Okay. Orange County with the 11,000. That's not how I do it. I go first, small number, big number. 2.7% of those infected have died. But, okay, so.
What's the population difference, though?
Population of Orange County?
Versus.
Because that's what really matters, man. Like, you know, when we're talking about counties like this,
Yeah.
you know, 3%, that could be a lot. Like,
Yeah, and then, okay, so 3.1 million. So of that 3.1 million, 11,000 have been infected. So 11,000 divided by, fuck, what was that? 3.1 million? What does that look like? How many zeros?
A lot of zeros.
a lot of zeros.
0 to hero.
That's okay. So 3.4% of Orange County got infected. Of that 3.4%, what did I say? 0.27
Yeah.
was
0.27.
no
2.7.
2.7% died.
So look, that's what goes back to the conversation of recovered versus death.
And also Orange County, we're the ones that have been protesting, you know, let's reopen.
Well, look, and all right, so let's focus on Orange County right now.
Yeah.
Orange County, I remember when I lived out there.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous out there, and I'm sorry for anyone who lives in Orange County who's listening to this. And if you're as forward as we are, you understand what I'm talking about. It's a lot of one-sided mind of people out there,
It's I would say predominantly Republican.
and I like
Honkies.
they from day one. And day one, they were not down with what was going on.
No.
And I think the most recent news to come out of OC was Disneyland.
Yeah, Disneyland.
How many people had to get involved for Disneyland not to reopen when it was seen as like something that needed to happen in the first place? Can you look that up, Chris? The Disneyland reopening?
Yeah, I just on the news, just I think it was KTLA, one of those, just overhearing it. Without proper guidelines from the state of California, Disneyland had postponed the reopening. Disneyland.
I know a lot of union reps got involved in that as well, right?
Tear it down.
Do you guys
Fuck the
wanna
monuments.
Yeah, dude.
Do you guys want to look up through EW.com, KTLA, USA Today, CNN?
No, not CNN. Let's do KTLA.
Yeah, I mean,
KTLA. I trust KTLA more than CNN.
OC Register is also another one. You can get both sides.
I trust the Onion and Hard Times.
On Friday said that the state has delayed releasing Corona. Governor Newsom, this was on the 26th, so was that yesterday? Newsom on Friday said the state has delayed releasing coronavirus-related guidelines for theme parks 2 days after Disney halted plans to reopen Disneyland and Disney California Adventure on July 17th. So that's about 2-3 weeks from now. Disney's postponement decision announced Wednesday came as California officials indicated to the company that the guidelines to reopen theme parks in the state wouldn't come until after the 4th of July. Okay, so Disney wouldn't be ready until the 4th of July.
I don't think Disney should be ready at all this year. I mean, look at the way,
But okay, so it's the way that they would have to do it would be limited amount of limited amount of entries, limited amount of tickets.
Well, no, okay, so
And
we talked
then-
about this last night because his sister knows all about it.
Okay.
What's going on right now is you would have to call to make reservations to
Yeah.
go to Disneyland. How many people do you think a day are going to want to call?
A lot.
How many do you think they're going to allow in? Like how
small
many
amount.
mistakes are going to happen?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do?
Well, I mean, same as,
like
like,
a SoCal,
restaurants.
like a SoCal resident like priority as well.
I think they would, or maybe membership, maybe annual pass holders.
Yeah.
But look at Six Flags. Look at what they're doing. They're opening up next week without any rides.
What?
Yeah, look that up, Chris.
They're
Yeah.
opening up without rides?
any rides.
So they're just gonna have concessions and mini games and shit like
That's
that.
what someone said on Twitter. Like, what the fuck are you guys gonna sell churros and shit?
So it's a carnival.
It's
an
a carnival.
expensive
It's a carnival.
without the rides.
Wow, that's.
You find it?
You know what? I don't disagree with that. They need to reopen. It is like they need to survive. Like, just give them that.
I get it. A lot of the economy out there in Anaheim, when I was living out there, it's based off of Disneyland. Everyone I knew out there, man, that I met out there in Anaheim worked at Disneyland. It's the job of the jobs out there. But come on, dude. Like, how many people? Like, is it worth it?
It's like a reflection of back in the day, like in Van Nuys when they had or Panorama when they had the GM factory. It's the same thing. Like, it's the biggest supplier of jobs in the community.
Are you gonna let it fail?
Are you gonna let it fail or not? But
This is a way different conversation that we're having now.
Oh yeah, because it's a theme park.
Is this all Six Flags or just the one here in?
I think just the one here, from what I've seen.
Because I was looking at one popped up for.
Six Flags. This one, Magic Mountain, is the
Oh,
SoCal,
okay.
the SoCal specific one, right?
Yeah.
ABC 7 News.
That's right here.
Is that a good website? Fair enough.
Fair enough.
If we're talking about stuff like this, yeah.
I get my news from Giorgio Tsoukalos.
The park will reopen with just animals initially without rides. So our dolphins, sea lions, they did not have this in. Again, that's Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's not.
This
Magic
opening
Mountain.
comes just as Disney announced the park will reopen.
This is why we do research. This is why we have Chris pull stuff up.
And this is why I think everyone should just play golf. Vista Valencia.
I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, look, we could go another fucking 5 months without some theme parks. Ain't no one working. How are you affording a $200 ticket to go to Disneyland?
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people aren't that affected.
I know, and
you know, and if anyone should go to Disneyland, let them spend their money.
Yeah, but it's not about the money thing. It's the
economy.
responsibility of your
Pay
neighborhood.
Disneyland wages.
It's the responsibility of your neighborhood, man. You're gonna go put yourself in harm's way.
I mean, everyone's going to be wearing masks 6 feet apart, disinfecting everything. If Disneyland takes its measures, I mean, at what point do we just not? At one point, do we start the process of it? Because I feel like this is the whole thing with the restaurants. The restaurants are figuring it out as well as we are of just how to properly give it some time.
You don't think it's a matter of time till we get shut down again?
Recently was Governor Newsom said that
he has the power to shut down.
Yeah, if things keep on going the increase that it was, I mean, again, within these last 8 days, we're gonna have to
We have 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, this last week we all acted.
Dude, 4th of July.
We have 4th of July coming up. The beaches are open. Everything's going down. Look at Florida right now, right?
Yeah.
Florida just banned the sales of alcohol in bars.
But do you think now that we have a better understanding, we're able to take the better precautions?
It all lands on, dude. Honestly, and I only speak for LA County in California. I don't live anywhere else. I've never been anywhere else with this. I honestly think that California reopened banking on personal responsibility of the citizens, and it hasn't worked out. It's not working out. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's like you see these videos of like these women, Karens, who don't want to go into a store with a mask. Just the other day on Friday when I went to go cash my check, there was a line outside the check cashing place, and this girl like tried to make her way in without a mask. And the security guard, she pushed the fucking security guard. She's like, I'm tired of these people. And like, everyone's just telling her like, hey man, like, come on. Like,
but do you think the increase in cases just recently had anything to do with everyone meeting in downtown LA?
It could play a factor.
And that's not saying that the protests weren't deserving or like they shouldn't have, but like
it takes nothing away from them.
I heard that. We should check within the more recent cases. Like, has it been an increase in younger people who have tested positive? Look at when the rising in the Grab started,
and let's look at the age difference. Let's see what's going on.
Okay, so the increase started on June 15th through the 23rd. That's the most recent according to Google. So let's look up, what was it? Increase Los Angeles corona by age. Publichealth.lacounty.gov. What is this? This was released on April 29th. That's not really that recent. You're gonna have to give me like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to try to find information.
The thing is, too, man, it was a conversation when the protest first started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like, you know, that it was going to be used as a tool by the Republican Party to blame the coronavirus spikes on the protests.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say about it, man.
Yeah.
When the protest first started, a lot of it wasn't organized the first couple of weeks.
Oh,
No,
hell
the
yeah.
first week, honestly.
I mean, it's
But-
super hard to organize a protest the minute something happens.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
But when shit started happening and Black Lives Matter started
Mm-hmm.
really like reaching out to other grassroots organizations and things were being organized in a sense,
Yeah.
where it would date with the daily protests and all these other protests in Boyle Heights, East LA, and downtown, in big letters all the time. I see it every day. Wear your mask.
Yeah.
Bring it like it's because at the end of the day, man, and they spread the word. You cannot help with a movement to
What?
better. You can't help a movement protecting us if we're not all protecting each other around this movement.
Okay.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Basically, if you is it translating to if you really take in consideration these safety protocols because of one issue, you won't be able to help protect everyone in another issue?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You can't take care of, you can't take care of everyone else if you don't take care of yourself.
But that's also an argument that they could say the opposite. If you don't take care of
It's always a two-way street, man.
No, well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, and that's the big issue because, and that's why there's always a left and a right. That's why there's always polar opposites of everything. Like it's really tough because we're seeing a lot of people blaming the protests for the spikes, but no, it's just convenient. It's a convenience. It's something to conveniently.
It's something to
Put-
disassociate yourself.
Yeah, disassociate yourself, but then also like because then you got these idiots in Orange County and all these other places that opened up before technically California was.
They never
opening
closed.
up. They
never
never
closed.
You had people at bars,
Like-
at restaurants.
like
no
Business-wise,
masks.
they closed, man, but they never
No,
closed.
dude. Like Newport Beach, Huntington Beach, like all those areas. Like, dude.
Like, so I have I have a barber out there in Orange County, right? Really good barber.
Oh yeah, when you were living out there.
Yeah. I'll talk to him in the next podcast. I'll ask if I could shout out his barbershop. But
I don't see why not. I mean,
you know, yeah,
free advertising.
his name's His name's Ray Ramirez.
What's the
Let
shop
me go and
called?
get that shop. Let me get that shop for Ray really quick.
I've been trying to look up like ages within the recent updates, but you know, I just haven't.
So yeah, so
Help me out.
so yeah, my homie out there, Ray Ramirez, he works over at Barber. Read that off for me, Memo. Barber El
Barber.
It's in Spanish. Ray Ramirez. He works over at
Oh, he works at Barberia El Catrin.
it's
All right,
sick
can you
place.
spell that out? Because not everyone's gonna.
BARBERIAELCATRON.
Yeah, he works. He gives the freshest cuts in the OC. Hit him up. But yeah, you know, we were talking about the whole shutdown and everything because like he was mainly affected because he's a barber.
Yeah.
Like out of everything that shut down in OC, like barber and tattoo artists like shut down. That was like a no, and that was understood by everybody because it's blood. You could cut somebody, you ink, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Ray would post these stories on his Instagram of this restaurant across the street from his house. And before the places started opening back up again, OC already had restaurants open for dine-in. No one with masks, just like all gathered out. Like it was outdoor setting. It wasn't dining, but like outdoor, like patio kind of seating. But everyone was, it was like 10 people to a table.
Yeah.
No masks. Like the tables weren't even separated. People were outside walking ducks.
And
Like-
that's I would
Walking
I would leave that
I
to
shit you
business
not.
owners who are just like I can't afford to Lose this.
Well, no, it was also discussed too that they did a report on it. I think one of the news outlets out there they were interviewing one of these bar owners out there in Newport Beach, actually, Newport Beach.
You own a bar.
And he said that his workers don't want to come back. Didn't want to come back unless they were paid under the table because they were making so much more on unemployment.
That's the problem with socialism.
You want to talk about that right now?
No, but like I heard that as like when like.
But let's be
I
honest,
heard that
dude.
and I was like, oh.
Let's be honest,
right.
man. Like how fucked up is that?
Yeah, dude.
That there are
got lazy. They're
politicians
like, oh,
that-
the government can easily give me more money than instead
But
of
like
me
there are
contributing.
politicians, dude, that didn't know that stimulus check that we were getting for Corona was more than people were getting paid weekly. Like the fact of the matter is, dude, would you rather work? Would people who live in paycheck to paycheck, okay, we're getting paid the minimum, rather get $700+ a week off unemployment or go back to work?
Yeah.
It's a simple fucking. There's not even a conversation there.
Amongst everyone.
No, that's
And
what
this
I'm
is
saying,
all
yeah.
brand new to. I mean, we kind of had it in the early 1900s
It's-
with the Spanish flu. Was it Spanish flu?
Yeah, it was
or-
the
Spanish
Spanish
flu.
flu.
Yeah, so
Spanish influenza.
I don't know. It's all pretty much brand new to everyone. We're all dealing with it, and we really won't know anything until we can look back and assess, how we did. And so that, I mean, it's like when someone asks you, what do you want for dinner? Chinese or Mexican food, and you feel like there's one answer that you need to. Oh fuck! If I choose Mexican, I'm kind of craving pork, or like orange chicken, but I know, I should. It's Taco Tuesday, and I'll get a better deal with this, or whatever. I mean, whatever the reasons are, like there is no right or wrong answer.
Yeah.
You just kind of go on. I mean, fuck no, because that's a bad. What I was trying to say with that example.
No,
is that,
you're
like,
right. You're right. You're
you
absolutely
want to
right.
go with the best foot forward,
But there has
and
to
you
be an
have-
agreement.
But yeah, but then you also have to with the decision that you make, you have to be prepared and ready for the outcomes of the other way. If that makes sense.
I think the problem is we're not ready for compromise.
No one is.
No one is ready
You
for
have
compromise
to. I mean,
anymore.
well then,
You know what? Why don't we meet back same time next week?
Yeah, dude.
Let's talk about this.
We'll try at least.
You know what? That wraps it up for today.
absolutely.
Thank you guys for listening. I'm Willie,
Mwah, Chris.
And I'm Memo.
and this is Anything for the Podcast.
Anything for the podcast.
You guys have an amazing week. We'll see you next weekend.
Anything for the podcast.